It says UFC's Jeff Molina suspended for alleged substantial involvement in ongoing James Krause investigation. Substantial.
Yeah, he was on. I've heard a thing that he was on his Discord, and he said that like Jeff Molina said that like, I paid my mortgage, my house, my phone bill, everything with this Discord right here. Make sure you guys join it. So he was pushing it hard. So I'm sure he was under Krause.
So his Discord is that something that they were using for gambling?
Yeah, I think somebody was telling me
Jamie,
that they had.
You're aware of this, right?
Yeah, I know.
Jamie's got a big smile. What do you know?
What I heard, this is what I heard, there was up to 2,000 people using that Discord for gambling information. And most of it was probably MMA stuff. Probably all sorts of sports are being talked about. But one fight in particular, the line changed right before the fight from like, I think the favorite was like maybe minus 220 or something like that to then like negative 450, which is a 4-1 favorite. And more specifically, it was like of a KO in the first round, and it happened in like 48 seconds or something. And that fighter had never been KO'd or something too, is what I was hearing.
So
But there was
people
also way
knew
more
that
going
there
on.
was an injury, and they were letting people know that there was an injury, so that affected the gambling line.
And then they traced that shit back to find out.
Oh,
who
they
did it.
fucked everybody because now you can't bet on yourself. Like
Yeah.
if you fought Hamza and you're like, fuck, I'm putting $100,000 on myself.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. There's a
You
lot
should
of
be able to
fighters that
bet-
do that.
You should be able to gamble on yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna gamble, at least.
Yeah.
But now I don't think fighters are able to gamble even on like football or basketball or anything.
Oh,
Like
that's
DraftKings
terrible.
or something. Webman tweeted out like I
That's
can't even get on DraftKings.
terrible. That's terrible. You guys fucked us.
Freaking Krause, man. When he was on Air Hawani before, and he said he makes more money gambling than he did fighting, and
Oh, no.
I think that like triggered everybody. Like, wait a minute, let me check
Oh,
what you
no.
do. And I met a couple guys in Vegas, and they were like talking about the situation, and he was telling me like one guy was like, oh yeah, I make like $500,000 each UFC fight, and I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. 'cause
What?
He's like, there's fights that are the line's still out there even after the fight's done. So the fight will happen. He knows who won and how they won, and then some of the casinos will still have the line up.
What?
Yeah, and he said
No.
he'll bet the house on it, and I'm like, you're lying. He's like, bro, I'll show you my bank account. Like, this is what I do.
Wait a minute. He's gambling after the fight is concluded?
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's what I was like, that can't be true. He's like, bro, there's casinos. I'll look for the casino that has it. He said, all I do is gamble. And that's what I do. And I'll wait for the fight to be finished, and they'll still have the line up. And I'll go into the casino, put the bet on there.
That makes no sense. That
Yeah.
seems like the casino should be able to get their money back. Like it's already concluded.
I don't know if I'm
before you
snitching on
bet.
them or not, but yeah, that's crazy when I heard
I
it.
think you might be snitching.
No names were said, right? I didn't.
I didn't hear any names. I heard no names. Yeah, but I feel like you should be able to gamble. You definitely should be able to gamble on your fighter, and you definitely should be able to gamble on yourself. As long as you're not gambling for someone to lose, and if there's a situation like this where it shows that someone is either taking a dive or the coach lets everybody know, hey, this guy's injured, bet on the other dude. That kind of shit you really should be banned for.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't. I mean, I don't know what Krause actually did and what actually is going to happen to him, but that makes me upset. That's terrible shit. That's terrible. Especially you ruined it for all these guys that like. If you wanted to fight Hamza and you wanted to bet $100,000 on yourself, or you wanted to bet on yourself against Colby, like you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
that's a fun storyline. I want to talk about that.
Exactly. You have confidence in yourself
Yes.
that much. And
doing commentary, I want to be able to bring it up.
Yeah,
like
that would be
this is
cool.
how much he believes in himself. He put $100,000 on himself. Yeah, but now you can't even do that.
yeah.
Check this out. This is the company that found this is called U.S. Integrity. They found it. I think this would be the PFL event. It says they showed fights that were taped a month ahead of time and aired them as though they were live.
No.
Yeah. He
And
was
people
telling me about
gambled
that.
on
I
him?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so stupid.
This was one of the ones that he was telling me about too. He said that, Krause put on his Discord that they knew all the results from the
Oh
from
my
this fight.
God.
That's wild.
That is so dumb.
Yeah, they had
That's-
all the results. He
that's
said
so bush
He was like,
league.
I made like 200,000, but I know guys that made like 800,000 off of that. And it was
Oh
like
my God, you're
it was
going
the
to jail, bitch.
Professional Fighters League Challenge Series. And I was like, what? It is like,
That's
like
so dumb.
they didn't play the results, but like people that were in the crowd, hey, they were like, we were getting texts like, hey, I was in the crowd. I know who won. You won all these things. Give me 50 grand. And I'm like,
That's insane. I
Yeah.
can't believe that's real.
yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my God, that's so unsophisticated. Like, how the fuck did they not know that the fights already took place when they have a line on it? That's so crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's another issue too with like the UFC PI where you see guys fight week random guys are walking in, and if they see somebody getting worked on who's fighting, and they
Right.
see, oh, he's getting his ankle worked on, so you're like, go back. Oh, I think something's wrong with his ankle, or something's wrong with.
Yeah, I'd
their
heard
back
about
leg.
T.J. Dillashaw's shoulder before that fight.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, before he fought Aljamain. Yeah, I'd heard about his shoulder. I knew his shoulder was fucked already because I knew that he had been getting stem cells. He had gone down to Dr. Neil Reardon, who's a stem cell guy. He has a clinic down in Panama, and he was going down to Panama to get shoulder stem cells.
During camp?
Yeah, this was quite a while ago, though. This is before he got popped for EPO.
Oh.
Before he fought Henry Cejudo. And so he has like some pretty substantial tears to his shoulders. His shoulders are pretty fucked. They're pretty fucked. Like I think his supraspinatus is completely torn off on both shoulders. It's not good. Yeah,
And stem cells could fix that, or?
not really.